Old Naked here with another Halo 4 campaign mission walkthrough, and today I will show you how to get the second of the two weekly challenges for the week of August 5th through August 11th, namely the Conductor, which requires you to complete the Composer mission solo on Legendary difficulty and is worth 5,500 XP. Now, I have no idea why the XP have dramatically dropped, because the last time I saw this particular challenge it was worth a heck of a lot more. Anyway, as we start the mission here, I'm going to turn on Tough Luck because I want them dodging, Cowbell because I need the extra explosions, and Grunt Birthday Party and I Would Be Your Daddy, namely because I happen to like those skulls. But as we start the mission, we get the 343 stuff out of the way. My goodness, that takes a long time. Okay, skip through the first couple of cutscenes here. And when we gain control, which should be momentarily, you're going to have an AR as your primary and pistol as your secondary. And first thing I'm going to do is go here and grab a hologram. I may or may not use it. And then grab this sticky detonator, flip back over to the pistol, as we'll be using that in our initial encounter. And as the door opens, we're going to be faced with a Jackal Marksman right away. Aim for that bend in the railing there, because that's where he usually shows up. And then we've got 4 grunts on this side, sometimes 5. There's the first 2. And 3 and 4 usually come around that corner. Sometimes they'll sneak up, yeah, just like that, sneak up from the right. But that takes care of the 4 grunts. And up top we have a grunt and a marksman, and then down here we've got a shielded jackal, and sometimes we have to deal with that 5th grunt, sometimes we don't. There's another shielded jackal over there on the left, but you can just run right by him. Okay, next up are 2 jackal snipers. Got those out of the way. Switch over to the sticky detonator. We're going to do a sprint jump across to the platform here and head for the harbor master controls, where we're going to set up the barrier. But of course the Phantom gets in. We want to take out the gunner with the sticky detonator. Switch back over to the pistol. You might need it. Run to where that pipe bends back in. Okay, as the first 2 elites jump out, you jump with them and throw a grenade. And there's why we need the pistol, by the way. Sometimes a grunt or 2 will show up right there at the doorway. Okay, we're going to run up here and set ourselves up. Switch over to the sticky detonator because oh, I missed him. Doggone it. Dodge a grenade there. One direct hit from the sticky detonator will take out the sword elite. And we want to get his active camo right there. There we go. And now we have to deal with the concussion rifle elite. We want him dead anyway, but we need his concussion rifle. And he is going to help us out today by coming up the stairs and a little back smack, and there he goes. Sometimes he doesn't cooperate and you have to take him out on the platform, and normally I will use the binary, the beam rifle and DMR combinations to take him out on the platform, but not today. Next up is a concussion rifle jump. Position ourselves about so, right about there. Aim about so, sort of in the middle there, and 1 shot, and up and away we go. Okay, I might take a little practice, but that helps us bypass having to fight through 3 floors of coveys to get to this spot. Alright, next up are 2 hunters. And we're going to juggle a shotgun in here. We really, actually without Mythic and Tilt on, we really don't need those, or need the shotgun. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to sprint past the first hunter, and he's going to try to whack me. Oh crap, I wanted to grab the sticky detonator, but never fear, there's one in this little room here too. Without Mythic and Tilt on, you can generally take out hunters with 4 shots from the sticky detonator. That's 2, that's 3, that's 4. He should be gone. Alright, now I'm going to run down here, and now I'm going to ammo up on the sticky detonator, take out hunter number 2. Oh, he's chasing me. Alright, my AI buddy started firing at him again, so his attention was diverted. Alright, 1 shot. 2 shots, and I think I may be able to take him out with 3 because his armor on the back was already gone. Yep, 3 shots and he's gone. Sometimes it takes 4, sometimes it takes 3. Alright, run back, grab the DMR, and switch over to the shotgun. We're going to grab the concussion rifle again. And this particular run features a new skip. We're going to actually skip both airlocks. We're going to jump out of the map a little bit earlier than in the past and skip both airlocks. If you're having, when you see this, if you don't think you can do it, or don't want to practice it, I will have a link in the description that shows you how to just do the second airlock skip. And if that's an issue, then I'll have a second link in my description that shows you how to fight your way through the second airlock. That's the legendary run with no skulls on, and you definitely need cowbell. I mean, you could do a grenade jump, but cowbell allows me to use the concussion rifle to do these jumps. But I will provide those links in the description in case you wanted to take another approach for getting this challenge and or finishing this mission solo legendary. So when the door opens here, I'm actually going to do a little friendly fire, take this guy out, and what that does is it gets this door to open a little bit quicker than if I waited for him to open it. And I immediately go camouflage as it opens, and I'm going to be presented with a shielded jackal and a grunt. Ho! Look out! That's the second time I've seen that. I was going to go melee the grunt, but he decided to go suicidal, and I just happened to see him fire up both grenades just in time, so I didn't get killed. I'm not really sure why he does that right there, but I've actually seen that twice now. That's why this mission can be so maddening, because variations in Covenant behavior. Okay, take care of that guy. There's a jackal marksman right outside the door, take care of him. Go camo. There's 2 grunts by the door. Take care of those 2. Now we've got 2 grunts and an elite down the end of the corridor here. One of the grunts is on a plasma turret, and I want to get him off the turret. And I do that by throwing a plasma grenade, bounce it off the wall there, and that will get him off the turret. And what's going to happen here is I'm going to go camo and run across the other side. But what's going to happen here, as soon as I kill that grunt, the elite's going to charge down the corridor, and as soon as I kill the grunt, I switch over to my concussion rifle, go camo, and immediately run down this little passageway through here to this spot, jump 2 shots from the concussion rifle, and I went right through a soft wall, and now I'm out of the map. Okay, and this is a little similar to the configuration of the second concussion rifle jump that I've demonstrated in the past. But what we want to do is we want to come over here and wait for the load zone to load. And then once we do that, jump up on this little ledge, and then crouch jump across to here, then do a sprint jump down into here and to this little gap right here. And what we want to do is we want to back in with a crouch walk, and that should trigger the next load zone, which is the second airlock. Now sometimes it takes several tries going back and forth across that little area there to get that. Jump up on that little crossbeam, jump across to here, jump down to here. Okay, now this is the tough part of this little skip. I'm going to get right on the edge here, and we're going to do a sprint, jump, and crouch. Alright, sprint, jump, and then hold crouch. And that way we can get across to the other side. And now we're at the second airlock. And this proceeds as we have done in the past with the second airlock skip. Alright, we walk along here and jump across into this above this corridor here, and sometimes you'll basically be transported back down into the corridor. I never can seem to hit that mark, so there is a soft wall back here, and I am going to very carefully come up to right here, and sideways, and then down. The map behind me is gone, so if I'm not careful, I'll fall right off the map there. All right, next we've got to take out 2 camoed elites. All right, assassinated the first one. The second one, I was just able to backsmack. And if you miss that assassination, don't give up. You might be able to still take both of them out because their behavior is a little strange. And that's the control room for the external turrets, by the way. I can't hear what's being said when I do the voiceovers, so I'm always guessing. And actually, I forgot Cortana there. She will say at some point, "Pull me, Chief," after she reprograms the external turrets to go after the coveys on the outside. There we go. And what I did before that is I've ammoed up on my DMR, and I swapped my concussion rifle for a sticky detonator. And should take out the grunt and the shielded jackal with the sticky detonator, and the jackal marksman down at the end I took out with the DMR. What I'm doing here is looking for a plasma pistol. There's a nice little skip here too that you can bypass this firefight altogether in this last quarter on the inside, but it's really problematic if you don't have Mythic on for double your health. I have died trying to do the skip, so I'm going to go ahead and battle out here. And this room actually was causing me some problems in the run, as you will see here momentarily. But there's 2 elites up there, some grunts and shielded jackals, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to kind of sneak up to the edge, go camo, and try to noob combo an elite. Okay, got the first one. He's down. And go back down the stairwell, because if they happen to charge you, you can go under the stairs and be protected. And notice I got the grunt suiciding again. It's another reason to run back down the stairs. Okay, I'm going to go back up and try again with this second elite. Alright, and at this point I was reloading. And I really wasn't paying attention, but in other words, I was reloading. I have a bad habit of reloading much too quickly on my weapons, and now I'm suddenly faced with having a needler and not my DMR, which really irritated the heck out of me. So I duck under the stairwell for protection. And I'm kind of cussing right now because now I got to take those last couple of coveys out with my with the needler I picked up, because I really don't know where the daggone DMR is. And again, my shields are dropping, and I think I'm about done here. But I still have plenty of needler ammo. You know, I was trying to actually melee the jackal from underneath the stairwell. Alright, I got the grunt, and now I can go back up here and get the jackal. I still don't know where that DMR is. It's got to be around here somewhere. That's what I'm looking for right now. Still cussing. Alright, let's see if we can take this guy out down the hall here. There we go. Got him with a super combine. Alright. Notice there was a DMR up there that I would use to ammo up. And oh, there it is. Alright, I wanted to come out of this encounter with full DMR. So I've got my full DMR again. And chiding myself for, you know, reloading too often. But we're through the last corridor. It wasn't that difficult.
away from it.
They found the composer.
Stop them, Chief.
And we come down here, and what we want to do is we want to take out. We've got some grunts and some jackals, and at least one of the jackals has a beam rifle. That's the one we got to be careful about. But we want to take out all the cubbies that are kind of hanging around the platform here before we jump into Manus. Oh, I just saw the beam rifle go off over there on the left. There he is. Just didn't want to get caught by surprise. I'm just lucky he's a bad shot. Okay, I'm actually using this platform as a bit of cover. Alright, let's see. Yep, there's another one over there. I think a couple of the jackals had needlers, and the other one had a beam rifle. And now we're into the Manus, and we could actually get through this section a little bit quicker if we took a more aggressive stance. Kind of went up to the right into the middle. We'd be able to take out the first several waves, the first couple of waves anyway, fairly quickly. But because I don't have Mythic and Tilt on, which actually gives me and the Manus extra health and shielding, I'm a little leery about taking that approach. So you notice that I do come down the ramp a little bit, but I'm mostly hanging around back here. This will cause this particular section to take longer because you do have to take out some of these cubbies to be able to advance the mission. I am coming up here a little bit now. See, that guy caught me by surprise, and luckily I was able to move enough out of the way of that grenade. And I'm headed back to the platform again, just to let my mana shields regenerate, which they will. And here comes the next wave coming in. And you'll see a ghost show up now and again. And just take them out, guns and or rockets. Because Mythic and Tilt is not on, they're a lot easier to take out as well. But you do have to be careful. You have to be real mindful of your own shields because they will drop in a hurry. You know, normally what happens, especially on with more skulls on. Ooh, Lord, that wraith came out of nowhere. I never saw him drop. And I got a little lucky here. I'm just kind of strafing back and forth to try to avoid the fire. Now, normally there's also a second wraith over on the left, and I don't see him. I was a little surprised at that. And I'm breathing a big sigh of relief that I survived that encounter. I always try to do these walkthroughs as with no deaths, and this was a no death run, by the way. It is a single segment. I'm not doing any real editing other than the voiceover. To get the elites with the fuel rod cannons out in the open where you can take them, you have to kind of advance a little bit. So you have to be prepared to strafe back and forth to avoid the fuel rod cannon. Other than that, every time your reticle turns red, just start firing. Okay, here comes another ghost. Alright, apparently Cortana just said Banshees. And this is where we use this little stairway, and we kind of hide behind this structure that I went up here to right here. What I'm doing here is I'm poking my head out and firing at the Banshees, and then immediately backing up behind the structure for cover. Again, this is a fairly less than aggressive method for dealing with the Banshees, but what it does is it does provide you cover, and occasionally a Banshee will come at you, and especially if they're firing their fuel rod cannon. This structure definitely provides you cover. Alright, You'll notice my shields are down, and I'm back here waiting for my shields to come up. Except that this guy decided to come at it from that angle. And because the skulls are not on, the Banshees are a lot easier to take down. Mythic and Tilt are on, it'd be a lot tougher to take out a Banshee. So you have both advantages and disadvantages from not having those skulls on. And again, seems in this particular run I've got more Banshees coming at me than normal, but again I'm backing up this little stairwell here, and I'm going to cover whenever I see one advancing on me, or I'm taking fire and I'm not sure where it's coming from. Okay, at some point Cortana's going to say, where is he? And at that point it's time to just hide. And what we'll have are several phantoms coming in to drop off another wave or two. Actually, just another wave, and there's the checkpoint for it. And all we got to do is just kind of sit back here and twiddle our thumbs a bit. At some point we'll see two phantoms right in front of us kind of crossing, and Cortana will tell us to go to the elevator after the chief says, where's Dr. Tilson? And at that point, when you see the two phantoms take off, like right there, and one of them actually goes through that beam,
Dr. Tilson.
and magical phantom that is, this is when you can advance. You see a covey or two in front of you, go ahead and take them out, but we're going to advance off to the right here. Occasionally a Banshee will come at you, and you want to take them out, obviously. But you'll find a squad or two of grunts up in this area, and I'm looking over to the left here to see if there's any coveys sneaking up on me on the left. Alright, there is a little squad of grunts right over here. Just take them out a little bit from distance. And I'm not really sure what's over there. Occasionally what'll happen is grunts will get up on the 250 cal turrets, one over there on that corner, and then there's one over on the left, and I've actually been caught in a crossfire before, so I'm being very careful with that. I don't see anything going on over there now, so I'm just cleaning up the remaining coveys here. And actually, I did not notice this before. I can actually see it now. Yeah, I'm taking fire right there, and I don't know where it's coming from. And suddenly it dawns on me, hey, that's the second Wraith. It got stuck. And the number of times that I've run this mission, I have never seen the Wraith in that second Wraith in that position. So actually, that was a break for me, because with the Wraith stuck there, the main gun can't fire. It was just the plasma turret on the Wraith, and I was able to get out of the way pretty quickly there. And I do believe that there's probably another Banshee around here kind of hung up on something that I need to take out. And I'm just cleaning up the coveys at this point. Kind of looking around for the odd, there it is, there's the odd Banshee. Okay, that's gone. So really, towards the end of this battle, you can kind of predict where things are going to drop based on the waves, but towards the end of the battle, you essentially have to be careful and react to things. You know, I'm always surprised by something in this last battle, and today it was the Wraith stuck against the platform there. So, all right, the mission's over. We've got to jump through a couple of hoops here to get to the real end of the mission. But we're done with the combat. I mean, we're going to watch the Didac grab the composer and take off with it, and Cortana is going to go nuts. And then eventually she's going to locate Dr. Tilson and open a door for us so that we can get out, and we're going to skip the cutscene, get to the end of the mission, and pop the challenge. But as I said before, if you if you're concerned about being able to do that 2 airlock skip, I will provide 2 links in my description of this video. One of which is to show you how to rush the first airlock and get past it, and then kind of battle your way to a point where you can do a single concussion rifle jump to bypass the second airlock. And if you don't like that, then the second link will show you how to battle your way through the whole mission. It takes longer, but it's definitely doable. So I thought the 2 airlock skip was kind of neat. That's why I did it in this particular walkthrough. And thanks to Legendary Smile for that, because I saw it in his Mythic video, Mythic run on Composer. That was the first time I had seen the 2 airlock skip. I had seen the 1 airlock skip done a number of times before by a number of people in the Mythic community, anyway. So we're just kind of waiting here for the darn door to open up, or the thing to go green here, so we can open the door. There we go. And that is basically it. I'm skipping the cutscene where all the scientists melt, and we're going to the end of the mission. We'll see the symbols, there they are, and then the challenge will pop. I hope this helps you in your own quest for this challenge. This is Old Nikki signing off. Take care, everybody. Good night.